Hi, how are you, Federico?
Cool, very nice.
I'm very happy to see you here. I know you're a Paris sympathizer. If we consider Paris as one of the most important fashion cities in the world, what do you think are the differences in between Milan and Paris?
I think Paris is still one of the most important fashion capital, but despite this, Milano is living a new renaissance. And it's not because I'm living in Milano and I'm Italian, but I'm really thinking that Milano can be a valid alternative to Paris. Fashion here is growing not only from a commercial point of view, but also for research, giving the chance to new designers to come up. And of course, Paris is still the biggest marketplace for a designer, so there are many things that I love of Paris, like for sure the arts, the fashion museums, the big trade shows. So I think it's a kind of a fight between Milan and Paris at this time. Now Paris it's a bit more quiet after the terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
But I think still so many people are afraid of moving to Paris to do their business because of that. So it's a great opportunity for Milano to grow and to attract more international people.
Also want to talk about Men in Town magazine. I'm interested to know how you decide for each issue, like as concept and content.
Yes, Men in Town is an online platform, digital first and then also on paper, that I founded 3 years ago. It's a menswear lifestyle destination, and I think in Italy especially we were looking for something new in the publishing menswear segment. So we studied online and digital because I still think that digital is the present and the future for the brands, for all the people that are going to Pitti Uomo in Florence, that needs to be promoted. Then after 1 year I decided to do also on-print publication. So I thought that each issue should have been special and should have been something like collectible. So each issue is dedicated to cool guys around the world that can be fond of cinema, can be actors or models, but with a story to tell, from cool travels or special food experience up to gears and technology. We try to give an overview of the male universe.
But do you think magazines still have the power in the economy?
It's a very difficult time for a magazine, especially on paper. Publication have been so much reduced and the market is really in a big crisis. But despite this, I still see that there are also new magazines arising. So I think there is a small potential, especially in the menswear. At the same time, I believe that the good combination of online and on paper can be a way to attract different kind of people, especially using social media, and so attracting young guys and also more established people, more attached to print, more attached to the idea of touching and keeping something in their library.
Do you meditate every day?
Yes, I love meditation, and I learned from a Tibetan monk to meditate on your breath. So it's something that I do nearly every day at the very, very early in the morning, like 6 a.m. When I wake up, the first thing I do is to sit down and to do 20 minutes of meditation on my breath.
I would like to ask you if you see any bridges in between Turkey and Italy, cultural-wise.
Between Italy and Turkey,
Yeah.
there are so many exchanges. For sure for the arts, because for the Venice Biennale there is the Turkey pavilion, but also many Turkish designers came to Italy for launching their brand, to produce their collection. I think it's a kind of a very interesting dialogue between our countries, and also there is the chance to create a bridge between art and fashion in Italy and Turkey, supporting the new generation of creatives in Turkey and Italy.
And your lovely book, The Fashion Set. Could you please tell me something about it?
Yes, it's a new project that I've done this season because they asked me to think about what is really behind the fashion show, which is not only clothes but also it's the idea of how to presenting them. So the idea was to think about the most impressive set designers and funny ideas to showcase a fashion collection. So from big brands like the famous setup of Chanel in the market or Dior when there was John Galliano still designing, up to also niche emerging brands that can be like Antonio Marras, who is really so interesting for the design, for the art. So it's a kind of different approach to fashion and to thinking about that behind the collection there is so much work of creative people setting up something that helps to communicate the idea of the designer.
Yeah, it looks fabulous, seriously. I like this hotel very much.
I think this hotel is the only Italian hotel I know which is really set in the heart of an historical and artistic location. So from here we can really see Galleria Vittorio Emanuele, see the frescoes, the dome. So it's something really unique for Milano to be up in the heart of Milano, but in this incredible frame.
I'm very interested to know if you have some secret projects upcoming.
Actually, I'm working on new exhibitions because I'm so much in love with my city, Milano, which is so beautiful for me and so appealing for also tourists and international buyers and press that I'm thinking to organize a very cool exhibition about fashion and avant-garde in fashion at the Triennale Design Museum, which will be now the new location for the fashion exhibition. And I want to really to leave a sign for the city which can be like for normal people walking through Milano, know more about the fashion business that is rooted in Milano. That's why I love the idea to start from here, to curate exhibition and books and then to move them abroad, to show really how beautiful is Italy, made in Italy. That means really a very rooted know-how that lasted from the century but needs to be renovated and to be known worldwide in a new and very funny, elegant but contemporary language, because I think sometimes fashion is something boring, something for only insiders, but what it's my aim, my goal is to really reach people and do something that can be easy to understand and entertaining. So creating a kind of new language to entertain people, to make them enjoy what I do in art and fashion.
It's always lovely to be with you. Thank you very much for your time.
Now, thank you for hosting me in these unique places, and next time I wanted to show you maybe another secret place of Milano.
Now, are you hungry for a lovely dinner by hosting this hotel?
Enjoying Italian food and wine.
Yeah, let's go.